Bam! What up, peoples? Nagas and Naginis, quarantine victims, Rona, uh, degenerates. No, I'm just kidding. What's happening, y'all? Coming to y'all on my solar return. That's how much I love you niggas. Or I just ain't got shit else to do, just like y'all, and I'm just I'm just live streaming. But no, I wanted to talk to y'all today because I'm getting a lot of questions. What up? I'm getting a lot of questions about this 5G. So I just wanted to address that real quick and how it equates to the Rona and also the Rona and melanated people. Oh, good looking out. Yeah, it's my solar return, y'all. So we'll see how this goes. See what the universe sends through on this solar return. But we got to get this 5G understanding going because there's a lot of misinformation going on about the 5G. What it is, what it does to people. Yo, what up? What it does to people, what it may do to you. And you have to know, you have to start to realize that melanated people. Oh, good looking out. Thanks for the solar return wishes. I appreciate that, y'all. But you guys have to understand how the 5G, it does. Oh man, appreciate that. The 5G affects you differently from non-melanated people. This is why whenever you guys can, get a hold of that melanin book. It is probably the most important, one of the most important things, pieces of information that's come out in a long time. Just real quick to let you guys know how important that information is. In the book, where I got the website, because or the website where I got the files. So you have to pay for the files. The website before, you go there and you had to pay for the download of the files. But they had a section where you could just view a lot of the information. So so I put that website. Oh man, appreciate you. So I put that website. Man, good looking out. I put that website in the book. So for people who bought the book, you were able to go to that website after you bought the melanin book. Man, do you know that website was up for 15 years? 15 years you could go to that website and check out the online version of the melanin book. Well, sort of. It was an edited version, online version. Man, do you know recently they just cut that website off? There's no more access to that melanin website. So the information that's in this melanin book, it is the last piece of information. You will never find that anywhere else because they cut off access. So anyone else, they said you have forbidden access. You don't have permission to view these files. Now, why is that so important? Why are they blocking people out from viewing the scientific files on melanin? Why don't they want that to happen? And that just so coincided with this corona shit. Why did that just so happen? It was up for 15 years and then just coincided with this corona. Oh man, I appreciate you. Looking out, Vern. It coincided with this corona shit. So they didn't want you to know about melanin science when this corona shit came out. So we're going to talk about a little bit of this 5G, what it is, your melanin, how it may affect you and not, and see what happens. All right, so 5G. What is 5G? 5G is not 5 gigabytes or 5 gig. It stands for 5th generation technology because of the phone technology, the frequency that they use. First, second, third, fourth. You're on fourth generation technology. That's why it's 4G. Moving into 5G. Oh man, appreciate y'all. Thanks for the solar return wishes, y'all. So the 5G, 5th generation. Now, what's the big hoopla about 5G? Because it uses the same amount of radiation as microwaves. Oh man, thanks for the birthday wishes. It uses the same amount of radiation as microwaves. So most people are like, oh shit, that's gonna fuck us. But it also does other things. The frequency that it uses, it's a different frequency. But you need just understanding the certain science behind it will help alleviate some concerns, but then also help boost some concerns that you should be, some things that you should be doing when they roll this 5G out. Because if y'all haven't noticed, or if you haven't known, there have been weird construction. Oh, thanks for the donation. Oh man, I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all, man, for that super chats today. Um, but they've been rolling out construction while you've been in the house. There have been videos all over the web, over the internet. Uh, about people videotaping this mom. She was rolling by her school, her kid's school, and they were putting up fiber optic cable. Oh, appreciate you. They were putting up fiber optic cable under the ground, and she stopped them and asked them what it was for. And she was like, "Yeah, we're putting in fiber optic cable." And she was like, "Well, what is that for? Why are you doing that?" And then she said, "Is it for the 5G?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's for the 5G." She was like, "Well, what are you doing? Like, why are y'all doing that while we're in school? While the kids are out of school? Why don't y'all tell us? You didn't alert the parents about that or anything." So they're doing this under shady, under shady circumstances and shady guys of yo, we're in the coronavirus. Y'all stay in the house. Everybody, be safe, be safe. And while we roll out this 5G. So basically what 5G is, it's a higher frequency. It's a higher frequency of emission of this, what they call radio frequencies. But because it's such a higher frequency, and because it's so much more powerful, they need smaller relay stations to be able to put up everywhere. So instead of like you seeing one giant cell phone tower where you may drive and you see one, if you're on the freeway or wherever you are in your state, you have like thoroughfares and shit like that. You may see that giant, that antenna. So basically now they're going to be smaller antennas, like put on buildings, not construction buildings, but like corporate buildings, and just main little buildings. Man, you may have one on your building. Your landlord may have agreed to be able to put one on your building. That's how small they'll be. So there'll be thousands of them emitting this giant blanket of radiation going across. So what does that mean? What does that mean to you? So most of the information that's come back on it, most people don't really know because there actually hasn't been any major testing. But on that specifically, what the emission from a 5G piece of technology will do, well, they haven't put it out yet. Oh man, I appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for the super chat, man. Dwayne, appreciate you, brother. So they haven't really figured out what that piece of equipment will do to you, but they understand what those frequencies will do at that level. So there are certain things that have come out from different scientists about what it does at that frequency. And so one of the things is, because this is how they're equating it to the coronavirus, is that at a certain level, the emission of the 5G, it mimics oxygen. So it kind of eats up the available oxygen around you at a certain frequency. What that does in your body, if your body's acidic, then that allows the other bacteria in your body to take hold and flourish. All your viruses and any pathogens in your body, they flourish in an acidic environment. This is so important. We're going to get into this a lot right now because they targeted melanated people. They engineered this thing and targeted melanated people, unhealthy melanated people. So how the virus works, if you haven't heard this before, the virus is not alive. It's literally a tiny little mini software, like a computer program. That's what a virus is. It's like it has an outer shell, protein or fat, and on the outside of it, it has these little spikes or things like keys. Now, all viruses look different. Some of them they all look like crazy spaceships. Some may look like a long little string of something. It's crazy. There's one called a biophage. It looks like an oil well drill, but a spaceship oil well drill or something like that, or a space shuttle that lands, and it's crazy. This is how I know these things have to be kind of extraterrestrial. So, these things, what happens is these things with these little keys on the outside of it, on this protein or fat shell, what it does, it looks for a lock. And so these locks are on your cells. And so they call receptors. Right? So when this little thing is floating around, it's trying to bump up against your cell just to see if it can fit one of these keys in the receptor. Once it does, either it injects its DNA inside, but what's inside, remember, it's a shell, and it just has DNA or RNA inside. DNA or RNA isn't alive. It's just information. It's code on what to do. Like your finger cells, they all know what to do in your finger. It's a finger cell. Now it has the code for everything else in your body, but its only information is to make a finger. That's what these do. And so are all the other cells within your body. They have a specific message or what is it, command, and program. This is what you do. So the virus is the same thing. Whatever the RNA or the DNA is inside, it's a specific information on to replicate. All right, what we need. So sometimes it'll lay dormant in your body. It'll go inside your body and it'll lay dormant and just become a part of your DNA. Then other times it'll just start to replicate itself. Excuse me. So other times it'll start to replicate itself. When it does that, it starts to grow and grow and grow, millions of cells, millions more viruses that'll grow inside the cell. Boom, it bursts the cell wide open. Now, what happens is all the toxins that were in your cell, that was in that cell, because when you eat food, when you eat toxic food and all the toxins that go inside your body, the body has to store this shit somewhere. So it stores it inside of cells, mostly fat cells. Really, it stores it in mostly fat cells. But once those get too crazy, and if you're not that fat, it'll store it in just your regular cells. So when this virus burst out of the cell, all these toxins that you had lying within the cell, it's released in the bloodstream. When that's released in the bloodstream, your immune system, it goes on overboard, like, oh shit, then what the hell? How did the hell this happen? It starts to over attack what's going on, and it starts to release all these histamines and shit like that. And then so it taxes your immune system. So when your immune system gets taxed, after that, all the other bacteria that's been waiting and laying inside your body, it starts to go inside and take hold, and then that's when you start to die. You get pneumonia and all that because your immune system is so taken down that it has nothing left. Which is why you gotta eat healthy, keep your body alkaline, take vitamin C. Vitamin C really takes it out. That's one of the main things that really takes out the virus is vitamin C. That's what China and South Korea, who's on the uprise again, their communities are coming back. That's what they've been treating it with. So all y'all get that vitamin C. Be taking at least 3,000 milligrams a day, and don't forget your silver. So that's what the bacteria does in your body. So 5G, the radiation that it emits, it eats up the available oxygen around. This is the story. I don't know what it does specifically, but this is the reports of scientists who studied the frequency. They said it eats up the available oxygen around you. And so what that does is make your body super acidic. If you have viruses or toxins inside your body, boom, those things are able to take hold. Yeah, that's right. Get that vitamin C. So those viruses are able to take hold. Now, the one thing that lets you know it's engineered, this is the one thing that let me know it was engineered, is that it specifically attacks people with high blood pressure. This is super important. It specifically attacks people with high blood pressure. Who has the highest blood pressure count in the world? Melanated people, in America specifically, because they pump all the bullshit into your communities for you to eat. Excuse me. They pump all this bullshit into communities for you to eat, all the toxins, all the liquor and alcohol and blunts and all it, man, so much shit is being pumped into the neighborhood, into the hood, the toxin, that your body's just filled with this shit. And you're walking around, most melanated people are walking around with high blood pressure and don't even know. So when it's hitting, so you're getting all these videos on Instagram of all these melanated communities being hit hard and they're not talking about it. See, they don't want you to know this shit because melanated people, oh yeah, it can't affect us. Well, it's true. Melanin, just as scientifically proven in this book, this is some of the reasons they don't want you to find this information out and they cut this website out. Melanin is antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal. That's true. It absolutely is. But just like anything else, like if you have a filter, if I have a filter this big and then I flood and I do a tidal wave of shit at it, it's going to catch some of it within this little frame here, but everything where that's above and below and around the filter is going to get past it and get inside. So if you over toxify your system, no matter if your melanin is a filter for it, it's not going to catch everything, and you're going to constantly build up those toxins within your body. So this is what's happening. So what happens is the virus, those keys on the outside of the virus, like this is why they call it the coronavirus, because on the outside it actually looks like this, a sun corona. And so one of these little keys on the outside, it's compatible. So when you have high blood pressure, you have another lock on your cell. Okay, that creates another receptor on your cell. This little virus the key is actually compatible with a blood pressure a lock or receptor. That had to be engineered. Because no other virus like that was like that before. It only targets high blood pressure. That's absolutely bullshit. So they had to engineer something like this. But so the thing is this. The virus was meant to really take out way more people than it is. But the fucked up thing is this. It attacks people with high blood pressure, but melatonin also kills it. This is from German Dr. Klingert. He's been studying it. He has all his reports. Go look him up, Dr. Klingert. He has a video, 45-minute video of all the studies that he's done and all the reports that he's found about what takes it out. So humming or oming was one of them because it increases the nitric oxide in your nitric oxide in your nose, which helps kills the viruses. So you can sit down and meditate and om. Vitamin C, one of the major things that kills it, and also melatonin. So the thing is it's counterbalancing. So the universe, so they created it to take you out, but the universe made you with melanin. It also gave you something to counterbalance and fight it off. So this is how things work. This is how things work in the universe. And the universe is just not going to let you be taken out like that. However, it's still a karmic virus. If you've been eating toxified bullshit, if you have never done anything healthy, you don't work out, you never even thought about eating healthy at all, then it's coming for you. And you should have. You should have. Melanated people die at an alarming rate from heart disease and all kind of bullshit and high blood pressure. And you know that, but you was like, fuck that, give me my chitlins, nigga. give me that fried nigga. Where the Popeye chicken sandwich at, nigga? Where that motherfucking Popeye chicken sandwich at? And I'm about to tell you how that actually plays in to this coronavirus shit. So the Popeye chicken sandwich, it's funny that they created a chicken sandwich that all niggas got to rush for right at the time this coronavirus, right before this coronavirus gets ready to come out. Let me tell you something about this goddamn chicken sandwich. That chicken sandwich is good as fuck. First off, that chicken sandwich is good as hell. I've had it twice. Can't have it no more. Because you look it up, you gotta look up what's in that damn chicken sandwich. That chicken sandwich is almost 60% salt. Sodium. It's more sodium in the chicken than chicken. So if you've been eating them damn chicken sandwich, your blood pressure done shot up like this. It's gone through the roof. Seriously. More salt in the chicken sandwich than chicken. And you think this is a coincidence that this thing comes out right before a virus comes out that targets high blood pressure. Oh, damn. Sorry, yo. So a virus like this comes out before they target high blood pressure. Y'all better start to understand. You got to start taking care of yourself because they know that you don't, and they target that because when it's like that, it's your karma. It's not them doing it because a virus, if you're healthy, the virus won't kill you. So they can be like, well, shit, we made a virus that it doesn't kill healthy people. It only attacks it only allows the toxins that are already within you. It allows that shit to take over. So if you've been fucked up and eating messed up, then that's what's going to happen. Also, pre-existing conditions like asthma, respiratory diseases and stuff like that, bronchitis, all that type of stuff. It attacks those different deficiencies in the body. So it is of the utmost importance that we be healthy because they try to over-toxify us because they know that our melanin is a constant filter, constantly filtering shit out. So they're constantly pumping shit inside of you, trying to kill you. Also, dehydration. That's one of the other major things. Dehydration, it toxifies your body. So you got to start hydrating, man. Alkaline water, okay? Because they're over-toxifying you. You got to start drinking that alkaline water, 9.5 alkalinity, okay? 9.5. Down in that shit because it helps to cool all that acidic environment down in your body, and those toxins and those pathogens can't flourish. All right, so you got to do that. So that's 5G and how it equates to the Rona. Now, how do you fight the 5G, or how do you block it? Now, your melanin. Again, this is what I'm telling y'all. Y'all better get on your melanin science. So in this book. In the melanin research science book, it talks about how your melanin, it absorbs all frequencies and vibrations, no matter what. It absorbs a sound and the sound vibration and converts that into energy for you. Just in case there's no sunlight around wherever you are, and you can only hear shit. It takes that sound vibration, your melanin absorbs it, converts it to energy for you, for your body. That's how dope your melanin is. So for the people who don't have melanin, this is what 5G will do. So 5G, you have to understand about radiation. Radiation is everything. Radiation is all in your house. Your lights are radiation. You're getting constantly bombarded with radiation from your computer, from anything that's hot is radiation. All that radiate means to be from heat in a circular area. How much it goes out within a certain range in a certain area. It radiates, right? It puts out a certain amount of heat within a certain range. That's radiation. So anything that you feel with heat is radiation. Now, is it bad radiation? The difference between radiation is if it gets to be ionic radiation. All right, what is ionic radiation? This is the same thing of why you get colloidal silver. So when you take silver and you ionize silver, it strips the silver into the water. But when it's doing that, it's stripping an electron from the silver, making it imbalanced and ionized. So when the silver goes into your body, it's looking to rebalance itself. So it pulls an electron from a pathogen that's floating around in your body, and that pathogen dies. There's no way that any viruses can adapt to that, because no organic thing can live without two electrons. It'll die, right? So the silver is a metal. It's not organic, so it can go on forever without that electron. Now, radiation to you. Okay, where do we get to ionic radiation? Okay, ionic radiation only means that it's destroying, radiation gets so hot that it starts to destroy an electron within your cells, or electrons within the cell, and your cells become ionized. Now, when your cells, it loses an electron, it starts to die. This is why non-melanated people, Caucasian people, their skin starts to die. They don't have melanin to absorb the UV radiation from the sun. It's the same thing. UV radiation and the radiation you think that's coming from 5G is damn near the same thing. Actually, ionic, because it's actually not the same thing. 5G is not ionic radiation. So they say. So this is the report. 5G is not ionic radiation because it's microwave, but it's only at 1 watt. Whereas like your microwave in your kitchen, it has 700 watts. So it's the boost power. So it's the same thing as like having a small little radio like this you can barely hear, and then having a super sound system in a studio. All right, so that's the difference. That's why they say that the 5G won't hurt you. So remember, there are different people in the world. Everybody's not the same, from the non-melanated to the heavily melanated. So ionic radiation starts at about ultraviolet range. So what does that mean? What happens at the ultraviolet range for melanated people? Your melanin absorbs ultraviolet radiation. So any 5G technology radiation won't affect you the same way it's going to affect Caucasian people or non-melanated people. So you got to understand that. Start to understand you're different. This is why they treat you differently. You are different. You're not the same. You're not the same. This melanin makes you a little bit different. Okay, it makes you absorb certain frequencies in the universe that most people can't absorb. So, including the 5G radiation. Now, you have to be healthy also for your body to be able to absorb this radiation. If you're super toxified, your body's not going to be able to absorb this radiation the way you think. So, what do you do to help block that radiation? So, there's something called, they have electromagnetic field radiation blockers, so like EMR blockers or EMF blockers. You can get that type of stuff. They have blankets that's called Faraday blankets, because something called a Faraday cage. It's a copper cage that you can get inside, and no electromagnetic fields can penetrate the field. It's like a copper field with electricity rolling around it, and no external magnetic fields can get inside this Faraday cage. So they actually make clothing like this, and they also make blankets and and sheets that you can buy, stuff like that, put on your bed, sleep under, and it'll protect you from electromagnetic radiation. They have something also called orgone. Okay, orgone was created by this German doctor Wilhelm, because he looked in a microscope and he saw the light or emission from cells, and he called it orgone. But basically, that's just your aura around the cell. So the electromagnetic field around the cell. Excuse me. So this is orgone. This is, or how they make it today. So this is basically resin with some metal shavings and also gold. Gold is inside here, so it absorbs the frequency, electromagnetic frequency, and dissipates it. Okay, so this is just a small one. I keep this on my computer. Now they sell these super giant ones. They sell them in pyramids. So if I was you, in order to block, I would get mini pyramids. They're about the size that you can put in your hand. They're about the size of your palm. Come about this high, come about this high, and so, or maybe some of them are a little bit bigger. I would strategically put them about 6 to 8 feet away from each other within your house. This will create an electromagnetic blocker field, a blanket. Excuse me, electromagnetic or field of a blanket that will block anything that'll try to come in. So as many orgone pyramids or anything orgone that you can get, place those strategically around your house. That shit will help block all that shit. Also, pyramids, copper pyramids. I used to have a meditation copper pyramid in my house, in my apartment. It's one of those giant 6-foot pyramids that you can lay in. That shit, a pyramid emits a electromagnetic field 126 feet high in the air and 96 feet wide. Yes, a magnetic field, so it blocks anything that comes within that field. Anything that's trying to penetrate that pyramid is blocking that out. So you can get those on like Etsy or Amazon. I would probably get them off Etsy because they're a little cheaper on Etsy. But you can get a 3-foot pyramid where you can only sit up. Those pyramids, you can only sit up in those and meditate, but those still good. It emits a giant electromagnetic field. All these things you can do to block that stuff. Your melanin, just remember though, your melanin is going to do a lot of the work. It's going to absorb a lot of that stuff for you, a lot of the frequency that it would fry non-melanated people. This is why they're so scared about it, because radio frequencies and electromagnetic fields and radiation really fuck them over. It does. But if you look at the science behind it for us, it doesn't fuck with us like that. Go look up videos of when they've done tests on people, the sun damage on people's skin from the from over their lifetime, and they've done different races, and they've taken Caucasians and Asians and Latinos and stuff like that, and they look at it, and then when they always do the melanated person last, and when they finally get to the melanated person that they're always testing, they try to look at them in this reverse thing to show how with the damage that the sun has done to their skin. There's no damage usually. Because the sun is your skin, your melanin has absorbed that radiation, converted it to whatever, and you look just the same as you do without the picture. So you have this working for you. You got to use it, and don't disrespect it. Don't take it for granted, okay? Because they really envy you for it. This is one of the main things. They envy you for having melanin. They look at you and they used to chop up mummies. They used to grind up mummies that they found over in Kemet, and so that they could put them on their food so they can ingest melanin. Do you understand how important your melanin is? Stock market, 400 and something grams an ounce on the stock market. Why you think you be coming up missing in the hood all the time? All the melanated women coming up missing. Your melanin is super important because it's live melanin. Okay, it's called, so they use synthetic melanin, but they also need live melanin. And so the only way they can get it is from you. The only way they can get that is from you. They can get it from animals, but it's a different type of melanin in animals. So they need it from you to figure out how it's doing, because you're conscious in working with the melanin. You're of a higher consciousness. The animal isn't. So they really are studying you. And to show you that, like in the melanin book, in the Great Book of Melanin Research, there's a section in the back where they took this Egyptian brother, this brother, he was named Amenhotep. He was like a super Egyptian teacher brother. He was, yeah, brother, my brother's spiritual. I mean, they copied his whole website and put it in their book to study, because he was talking about how the effects of melanin through us. Because you got to understand, they can do all the tests on melanin that they want, but they can't experience it. So they have to figure out, they have to talk to, or they have to look at anyone else who actually has it to figure out how is it working with them consciously. Do they understand what they're working with? And can they manipulate the melanin consciously? So they were looking at this brother who was breaking down what melanin does. I'm sure he got it from Dr. Richard King, Melanin, A Key to Life. Y'all need to get that book. you know, along with the great book of Melanin Research, but they're looking at us to see how the melanin works from our perspective. How they look like, how do these niggas think this working for them? So you have to understand what's really going on. So this 5G shit, I know it's scaring the shit out of most people, but your melanin will do a lot of the work because it's not ionic radiation. But even if it was ionic radiation, which is the ultraviolet radiation, you got that. All right, but still, you know, you want to block out and keep out as many negative frequencies as possible. So these orgone pyramids and things, they work for all negative frequencies that you want to keep out in energy. Also, you can get obelisk. So these are crystal obelisks. This is what I have. This is a rose crystal quartz obelisk. Okay, this emits energy that helps block out energy. I got 2 of those. This is I think I forgot what this one was. But this one also, the obelisk, helps emit energy. And this is crystal salt. The salt that you put on, like you grind the Himalayan salt. This is a crystal. This is this. Let y'all see that. It looks like a crystal quartz, but this is all salt. Like if we wanted to make some food and we had no salt, I can grind this down and put it on my food. But this is a generator of energy. All crystals are. And they help block energy if you direct it towards that. So get you some crystals, get you the orgone. It's right here. Orgone is Orgone, if you want to look it up. And like I said, the pyramids. And then you want to make sure that you're eating healthy as well. So being healthy. I know y'all on lockdown. So one of the things I wanted to show you guys. So you need to get your survival stuff going. And so one of the things, because water is probably one of the most important things that you'll need in any survival situation. If you don't stock up, if you're not stocked up on water, then you need to get something that'll filter water. If there's bad water around. So you want to get something like this. This is called the Life Straw. See that? This is called a Life Straw. All right. This thing will filter the dirtiest, the blackest of water. Like no matter how black your water is, it will come out completely clear after you filter it through this thing. All right, this is called a Life Straw. It filters 1,000 gallons of water. This one thing right here will filter 1,000 gallons of water. All right, this is only $17 on Amazon. $17 on Amazon. All right. So there's no excuse for y'all not to have some. You can go. They have like 2 or 3 packs. They actually have a big old bag you can carry a gang of water in and filter it. It hangs on something and it'll filter down and just filter all the water. So survival, y'all. Y'all better start getting y'all shit up. And the other thing is, I know y'all locked in the house and it's hard. You can't go to the gym, so it's hard to get your exercise on. So that also helps to add to your bad health, which will creates a better environment for the coronavirus to flourish. So I know you guys remember when I was on Zoe Show and I was giving out the free workout that I did, the home workout that I did. It was called the booty boxing program. Now, just so most of y'all who will be tripping on the name booty boxing, it was called booty boxing because it's a leg and kickboxing workout. That's the only reason it's called that. Kicking, squats, kicking, it helps to shape your legs. So that's the only reason it's called the booty boxing workout. But there's 24 home workouts, hour workouts in that workout or in that home in my home workout program. All right, from boxing, it teaches you actually how to box. It's not Taibo or shit like that. I teach you how to box, from how to make a fist all the way to doing 12 punch combinations. So because I know it's hard for you guys to get out and work out, so I'm gonna give this to y'all for free. All right, so like I did before on the Zoe Show, I'm giving this to y'all again for free. So what you want to do is go to udemy.com. That's udemy.com/bootyboxing. That's going to take you to my thing. And then the promo code you're going to enter is ZoWhat Show or Friends, either one of those. If ZoWhat Show doesn't work, just enter Friends. And so you'll be able to get in for free and use the program. There's a health nutritional manual that comes with it, teaches you how to eat, all of that, the things to drink. Man, it's a fully packed program. It's a complete home training system, nutritional program, and that's free for y'all so that you guys can be healthy, because that's the main thing of why this virus fucks people up. It is literally, you being unhealthy is how the virus is able to take hold of you. So we're not about to have that shit happen. We're not about to have that happen. We're not going to give you an excuse because the gym is closed that you can't go to the gym and be healthy. That's bullshit. I got a home workout for you. I taught you how to take just regular stuff around the house and use it. If you don't have weights, no excuses in there. It's tailor-made for, if you're, for the biggest people all the way down to the super fit. I modified all the workouts, so ain't no excuse for you not to do it. All right, that's free to y'all. That's from me to you on the solar return. That's my birthday gift to y'all. All right, so that's about it for me right now. I wanted to let y'all know, wanted to give y'all that information and let y'all know that you got to be healthy. Also, oh, my bad. There's one more thing I did need to talk to y'all about. Community investment. Because I said this real quick on the Zoet show yesterday, but I wanted to break this down for y'all even more. You got to get into investing right now. I know it may be hard. You may be trying to hold on to your money and you think, oh shit, I may not have no money in a month. Yeah, you may not individually, but if you guys come together, you can always create something. Okay, you can always create something. Excuse me. So getting into investing right now, stocks are dropping like crazy. Excuse me. Stocks are dropping like crazy right now. And you can get in and buy up this shit because the industries that are down right now only because people aren't out. It's not like these industries are failing. They're only down because people are in the house. When people come out of the house, all of these industries are going to boost back up, and you want to be, positioned to be able to take advantage of that, because that's what they're doing right now. They're buying up all the shit. They're buying up all the shit. So it's gonna probably go down for about another 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how long this quarantine lasts. And then boom, you're gonna see that shoot back up. So you don't want to miss out on that shit. Do what you got to do. Get with people. Pool your money. But you don't even have to use your own money. Start doing what these Caucasians do. Borrow money. It's not bad to borrow money as long as you do it with a plan to pay it back. What is you got to do? You borrow that money, but you already got it. You know where that money is going, and you know how it's coming back to them. All right. So you can get you can go to PayPal if y'all got even just okay credit. You can go to PayPal and get PayPal credit, and PayPal will give you usually the minimum I think is around, like, depending on your bad credit, is like $2,500. Average is $4,500. $4,500 that you can get from Amazon, and then you can take that credit, cash it out, and then invest that in stocks or whatever you need to invest it in. And then you don't have to pay all that back at once. You pay it off at a small amount per month as a group. See, whatever that, so if one person gets the credit and all of you use it, then that monthly payment is barely nothing between all of y'all. But if all of y'all get credit, or if 2 of y'all get credit, if it's 5 of y'all in a group and 2 of y'all get credit, look how much money that is. Look at how much y'all can invest. And then all of you can pay off that small amount every month. This is what they do at the high levels. They borrow their money to make money. They don't, man, the first rule about money is don't ever use your own money. Only a fool uses his own money in business. You never use your own money. You'll never use what somebody will give you. Somebody will always give you money because they want to make money. So don't ever use your own money. All right, you can borrow money and do it just like that. Now that's a safe way that you guys can do it. There's other many ways. If you guys got credit cards and stuff like that, you can do it like that and get loans off your credit cards and then invest. But right now is the time to invest. The worst, when it looks the bleakest in the world, that's the time to invest in the world, because it's not going to be down like that. This is one of the rules of the Kabbalion. This is polarity. When the pendulum swings, you want to be able to position yourself or polarize yourself to where you want it to be. So the pendulum is always going to swing. This is a Kabbalion law. The pendulum is always going to swing up and back. All right. And so whenever you're up, the pendulum will always swing back. But the thing is, when it's on the backswing and you're down here, don't focus on the negative shit. Oh, damn, I ain't got no money. This shit looks bleak. Oh, no, you focus on where that shit is going to go. Because you know the pendulum is going to swing back eventually. So when you're here, you focus on what you need to do to get back to that point. And right now, it's investing. You got to invest in fear. You got to invest in fucking chaos, because that's how, because chaos, it will come out of it. And when it does, with whoever invested in the chaos, them motherfuckers are going to be running shit. So that's what you guys need to be doing right now. All right, get your investment groups, get together, 2 or 3 people, man. You don't need many. You want to have a community right now, because that's what's going on. In order for us to be able to flourish, we talked about this yesterday on the show, you're going to have to come together. This is the world. This is the new world right now. They separating everybody. And when all this shit comes back, if you're not together with somebody, if y'all not linked up, because they're sucking the wealth out of everybody. So who's going to be powerful individually? No one. They're literally they're sucking individual power away from y'all. So unless y'all link up and come together, it's not going to happen like that. And this is why I was talking about before in one of my videos. I wanted this to be a community, this Real Nagas community. Get together, share knowledge, create building groups, informational groups from this, investment groups from this. Get together, man. And if y'all create the groups, bring me in. I'll come in with y'all. But we gotta develop the community, because it's only the community that will save everyone. You don't need a giant community. You just need a willing community. And that community can do anything as long as it's willing and on the same frequency. If we're superconducting, they can't stop none of us. And they know that. They said that. The civil rights movement. Oh, shit. These niggas this civil rights movement, these niggas melanin are turned on. What the fuck we gonna do? Oh, give them Superfly. Yeah, give them pimps and hoes and crack and all this and that. We can't have these niggas together. We got to separate them. So give money to one nigga and make all the other niggas jealous of that one nigga. So now we got disharmony and this one. Oh yeah, we want to get to super. We want the white wheel. We want the Cadillac with the white wheels and all that. Man, this is where the fuckery started to happen. The separation started to happen. But because they knew when the civil rights movement was popping, we were all of one mind, one frequency, and they couldn't do shit about it. Oh, thank you, man, everybody for the super chats today. I appreciate y'all so much. But this is what we got to get back to. This is what they don't want us to do, but we got to get there. It is imperative. So create your communities. Start with financial communities, because there's nothing better. There's nothing that brings people together more than making money together. You make money together, you can be happy together. You can do some other shit from that. So right now, get together, make your money together, and build out of that. But that's the most dire thing right now is the resources. So pull your resources and be able to come about this. All right. And I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Thanks everybody for the birthday or the solar return wishes and all the super chats. I appreciate y'all so much. If y'all wanna get at me about anything else, the colloidal silver, groups, joining any groups that you guys got, Reelnagas.com. I'm there. Oh, excuse me. Reelnagas.com. I'm there. And I'll come in, man. I'm down to do community with anybody. I'm down for it. So just let me know, and we got to get this started. We got to get it going. Like I said, appreciate y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Deuces.